This gets into relationships about how you start to move people through and progress in a business. And I got to tell you, this is an area that I worry about today because we are a quarter-by-quarter society. How well did you do last quarter? You know what I'm talking about? The stock market. Or business. We seldom take the time to be able to say, how are we doing as an organization? How are we doing making decisions? Because decisions made only at the top are only as good as those decisions made at the top. I've been in those meetings. You've been in those meetings. You all are an experienced group. Whose idea was that? What the heck? What did they know about us being in the field? Nothing. And they made that decision over there on Louisville Road. They have no idea what happens out here. As opposed to, you know what, we're making some decisions here. We know where the company is going. There's a better way. And we'd like to be able to participate. All levels, top to bottom, it's true. Out of the 6 things, this is number 6 if you're keeping track. The 6 things I've taken you through, this is the one where a leader has the most responsibility. Yet I think a lot of leaders advocate this responsibility. Again, we're trying to be the best we can. We're trying to be somebody that really makes a difference. So now I'm going to try and blow your mind a little bit more. So now I'm going to give you some words about leadership that you normally would not see. And I want you to think about these things because we're going to romanticize about leadership for a second. It's kind of a funny word, but we're going to do that. And these words are going to do that for you. You're a philosopher. What does a philosopher do? A philosopher takes all these disorganized notions, ideas, and they philosophize about them. Random thoughts come to a mind. And the great philosophers of the world have always been able to take ideas, notions, and say, where do they go? What do we do? And we say, what a wonderful philosopher that is. You're a master craftsman. You look across the organization and you recognize what kind of people you have, what you're trying to do on value creation. And you bring those together. And somehow you can put together that Rubik's Cube, that jigsaw puzzle, better than anybody else can. You become that master craftsman or craftswoman. Number 3, you're an idealist. You know the difference between right and wrong. This is that notion that what you do is good not only for your company, but also good for society. This is the idealist that I am going to harmonize. And through that, you create longevity. We talked about being a politician, a self-obvious, a novelist, stories, metaphors, rhetoric counts, analogies. When you look at the great novels of all time that we read, they actually conjure out things in us where they use metaphors or they reach back into society and they pull back something that happened a long time ago. Whether you study Shakespeare or you take a look at the current novelists, they have this unbelievable ability to take these words and put them together in a way through stories and metaphors, analogies, figurative language that you can't put the book down. You know what I'm talking about? You're reading the book and you're trying to go back and you say, I can't put the book down. Just think about that as a leader. How did you do that so you don't put the leader's story down? You know, you say, I want more about that. And it's through stories and metaphors. We've lost that art of the grandfather sitting with the fire going, telling the story. We've lost that. We have to bring back. That's what great cultures have been a part of for so many years. This novelist idea. You see what I'm talking about? It's not a way to think about leaders. I'm literally trying to help you think about how you romanticize into this thing of being a leader. That you literally become a novelist because you're thinking about the stories that you tell, about the lives you touch as a nurse, about the stories in the field. I tried to do that with you talking about Keeneland. Maybe you even saw horses running on a dirt track or a synthetic track. And maybe you even thought about me telling you the young horses running as fast as they can and trying to make sure that they are protected, that they don't break down. We were fantasizing about racing. We created images about horses going around the track. We thought about them getting to a finish line. The language, it counts. Being a novelist. And then last, you have to be a teacher. You have to be a teacher. You never know who's going to walk into your life. But what you can do is make it better. And I think that's what teachers do. They create that. So, now I've taken you through, in just unbelievable amount of speed, these 6 ideas that challenge the very essence of what a leader is. And then I give you these new types of leaders, words that you may not have seen put together. And then it has to be about you. It has to be authentic. This can't be me. You can't be me through this. You have to be you through this. So the last thing that's not on here is the authentic nature of it that's you. So if we do that, and we come back to that thought of being authentic in who you are, where did we start? Where did we start? And where did we finish? That's 40 minutes. I went through it really fast. I think if you think about what I've taught to you, you can literally change your life. Think about aspiration, inspiration, discipline. If you want more detail, go back into those 6 areas. If you want to romanticize about leadership, go to those 6 words that I gave you. And I hope somehow maybe I reached out through my experiences. I was in your chair, graduated in 1980. Had a wonderful career at IBM. Stayed with them the whole time. Got a really cool job. I'm sure you all will have a great career. You'll have tremendous fun in what you do. And maybe, just maybe, Western touches your life, and in some way, maybe, just maybe, what we talked about, I touched it. But I want you to think about that. And I want you to take out this notion about inspiration, of what you do, and how you take that to inspire others. And then, what's your discipline? How do I keep making sure that I do it? And if you do, I think it's good. So I wanted to leave a little bit of time. I left 20 minutes for us to kind of talk about it. Nobody fell asleep, so thank you very much. I know it's a long day here this Friday, and the sun's out. You all came to class. So I appreciate that very much. What do you think? Give me some feedback.